Now we're about to perform a treatment on the abdominal area, and we've already laid out the markings. So I'll start either in the center or to the edge. But what I like to do is usually work on one side of the body, center of the bellicle over to the side first, and then I'll spin them around and make it closer. I don't like reaching across the body, only because it's awkward for me, and if I have to do a lot of treatments that way, I'm putting myself in an awkward position for a long day. So what I usually do is work on one side of the body, then I spin them around and I'll do the other side, or I'll get on the other side, and that way everything is as close and tight to me. For the purpose of this video, I'm actually working on the opposite side just to show you a little bit easier. So I'll usually start in a section, usually the center right below the umbilical. And again, we're always going to perform shots in vertical direction and then horizontal direction. So we'll start here. I've got adequate amount of gel, about the size of your quadrant. Machine's ready to go. And hit the button. Again, we never work over the umbilical, always work underneath it, but it's just 1 millimeter at a time in a vertical direction, straight down. We're doing okay? And I would always be paying attention to your client, how they're reacting to it. Some people get a little nervous when they feel this sensation, so just keep that in mind. I've done about 5 or 6 shots. I'll take a break and just take a look, see how the skin's reacting, make sure there's not a lot of heat. I always feel it with my finger, the gel. Doing pretty good. And I'll just continue the shots down, making sure I always have gel underneath the head of the cartridge. I get to about the bottom of the quadrant of that first block, and then I just start working my way up. Again, I'm trying to get 25 shots. I pause and just get some more gel on it, make sure I have plenty of gel. Now I'll just work my way back up that quadrant, 1 millimeter at a time or so. Now that the first shot's completed, I move the gel and I can feel a little heat. That's a good temperature for her. Again, not a lot of redness. I'd move it to the next quadrant and continue that process down, and I just keep track of the quadrants I'm working on. I usually always like to stay from the inside working toward me, furthest to closest. Once I've completed all my vertical directions, then I'll start in the horizontal position, and I will do that right now. So I've just completed all my vertical directions in the quadrants I want to work, and now I'll start working across from the inside out, right to left, 1 millimeter at a time. Again, keeping an eye on the alignment of your cartridge, the 2 shot lines on the sides of the cartridge, to make sure you're not encroaching into the umbilical area. I'm just moving a little bit at a time as the first 25 shots gets emitted. I get to the edge and I just start working my way back. I'll pause it right after the shot just to get some gel on it, because the gel gets squeezed off to the side. And we'll work our way back to the edge where we started, just to make sure we're getting a full coverage area. And this is what the advantage of using the horizontal and vertical directions are for, to ensure that we're getting a good coverage of that area that we're marking. That we marked the box, the treatment box. And there you go. So we've gone vertical and horizontal, and I would just start repeating that process on every block.